Hey YouTube, how the heck we doing? We're going to be going over everything top lane Teemo. As y'all know, Riot has been dropping bangers for patches. Absolute bangers for patches. And things have changed a lot. So let's hop right into it. If y'all are not informed, Riot pretty much nerfed damn near every single rune. Now, some runes have been nerfed harder than others, and we'll talk about it. Some runes are still playable, but pretty much every rune got nerfed, just about every rune. Now, people are going to say, Manko, this rune didn't get nerfed. I know, some didn't get nerfed. I'm just saying just about every rune got nerfed. And for Teemo, every rune got nerfed. So let's hop into runes first. We're going to build second. So for top lane Teemo, previously there were a plethora of runes to choose from. Now, it got narrowed down a little bit. Dark Harvest and Electrocute were two runes that got absolutely gutted. Because Dark Harvest and Electrocute were already just okay, right? These were just okay. Now they're just crap, right? So Dark Harvest and Electrocute are absolutely kaput now. They were okay before. I wouldn't flame you for running them. Now if you run these two, you're an absolute noob, okay? Fleet Footwork, Pressy Attack both got nerfed, but they're still playable. Airy got nerfed, but it got better, actually. We'll go into that in a little bit. Phase Rush is okay. It's getting nerfed, though. Grasp did not get touched. Grasp did not get touched. Is it good? Not really. Is it bad? Not really. It's just there. First Strike got nerfed by 1% damage. Not too crazy. So what does that leave for Teemo? So Teemo now, I'll be honest, if you get this info, you can cut this video and you would have everything you need. But obviously explanations are key for the thought process. Right now with Teemo top lane, you can run Pressy Attack, Fleet Footwork, you can run Grassy and Dying, you can run Airy, and you could run First Strike. Those are the rune pages you can run and you're not trolling. Now out of those rune pages, what rune pages should you run? You should be running Pressy Attack, Fleet, and Airy. Those are the big three. If you run those three pages, you're always going to be good. Now, First Strike and Grass are situational, okay? So that's where we're at. So let's dive right in and when and where to use these rune pages. Pressy Attack, it got changed. It used to do 8 to 12% extra damage. Now it's only 8%, so it's a sizable nerf. But it's still really good if you're in a lane where you're going to all-in somebody. So if you're going to all-in, if you're going to play for kills, you're going to play aggressive, this is the rune to go. A couple example lanes you could run this in. And I think it's required versus tanks, right? So if you're versus Ornn, Sion, and Garen, you probably should go Pressy Attack. Otherwise, you ain't killing them, right? So Pressy Attack's for all-in. You go Pressy Attack. I now go Presence of Mind since Triumph has gotten nerfed a lot. We go Alacrity. And you go Cut Down only if one, you're playing versus Kled with how his shield works. 2, you're playing versus Sion with how his HP works. Or 3, you plan on going Leandries. You have to premeditate this rune. If you go Cut Down, you go Riftmaker, you're trolling. It's not good. It makes no sense. So Cut Down only if you're playing versus tanks and you're going to go Leandries. So we're going to go Coup de Grace for the base. Now the secondary, again, secondaries do not matter for Teemo. There's plenty of options you can go. And this applies for every page. Nimbus Cloak Celerity if you want movement speed versus those lanes where you have to dodge something. Overgrowth Conditioning or Unflinching Bone Plating, right? That's also another setup versus heavy CC. Or any combination in the green tree, right? Second Wind Overgrowth. The green tree is really good.
These first 2 games have sucked. I think it's primarily Manko's dog shit Teemo jungle.
Yeah.
This one is also very common for scaling. Cheap Shot and Ultimate Hunter, right? Cheap Shot, extra damage on your Q, Ultimate Hunter on your shrooms. Last but not least, this is an experimental page. Take it at your own risk. Free boots and biscuit delivery if you feel like you don't need boots, or stopwatch if you need Zanyas. But again, the secondary on all these pages, totally up to you. I wouldn't overthink it. Just go whatever you want. It's really not that big of a deal. So first page, we're going to have our default just like this. This is my default recommended for lower elos. Pressy Attack versus all-in lanes. Fleet Footwork, right? Fleet Footwork is also really good. Fleet Footwork is good in every lane. You can run Fleet Footwork every single game. It would be good. You get movement speed, you get sustain. Both good for Teemo. So again, you combo that. Do you need a lot of movement speed? Boom. What up? Solo Rift only here. Do you want to scale? Boom. What up right there. Do you want to be tanky? Boom. What up, right? Yada, 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 etc. Now, those are the 2 yellow tree rune pages. Now we're going to hop over to Airy since I think it is the 3rd best. For Airy, I like to go Mana Flow Ban. We go Absolute Focus, Gathering Storm. Very good setup. You could go Scorch if you really want to get a solo kill early, but I don't recommend. You could go Transcendence if you want a turbo skill. I don't recommend. You could go Nimbus Cloak if you don't need mana and you want movement speed. Don't recommend. Again, I would recommend this one. And this one, you can't go every secondary in the book. Generally, you're not going to be going Resolve because this is a more offensive versus squishy kind of rune pages. Area versus squishy is the play. So I would probably go like something like this here, right? You scale, you get cheap shot damage. Also, something like this could be fine if you go Alacrity Cut Down. But again, highly recommend this one. But doesn't really matter secondary. So airy versus squishies is the concept. Now, those are our top 3 rune pages. Fleet, Press Attack, and airy. Those are the 3 I recommend. These 2 are going to be, in my opinion, situational. Situational. That doesn't mean good. That doesn't mean bad. It means sometimes it's actually good. First Strike is sometimes good only if you're versing a lane that is 0 threat. When I lane versus, I'll say, Garen, it feels like a 0 threat lane, right? Even at level 6, if I just don't go near the bush, he has 0 threat, especially if he takes TP. So you use First Strike and you just farm gold. And you farm gold some more. Again, situational 0 threat lane. And you would go First Strike, you would go free boost, because again, if it's a 0 threat lane, you don't have to rush boots. So now you go Magical Footwear, boom, right? Pots for laning, Cosmic Insight for your sums, and then secondary, you want to go scaling. This is scaling rune page versus a 0 threat lane. Absolute Focus, Gathering Storm, boom, right there. That's your First Strike page. And then Grasp, again, is a scaling rune page. You go Demolish, Conditioning Overgrowth, again, scaling. You're pretty much just going to be autoing them at will. Once you get 30 Grasp procs, it feels kind of okay. Until then, it feels like crap. But you're just going to be scaling, right? You're just farming the enemy champion for autos and for health. So again, Grasp is another one versus a 0 threat lane, right? 0 threat lane is the gist of it. So you can go versus 0 threat lane with First Strike and farm gold. You can go versus 0 threat lane with Grasp and farm HP and scale that way. Both of them are scaling rune pages. So that's my top 5 rune pages. I will never go Spielbook. I would never go Phase Rush, okay? It's not good. I've heard that a lot before. Comet's not as good as Airy. Electrocute, Dark Harvest are dead, right? Nothing else makes sense. Those are my top 5 rune pages. Now, I'm going to give you a bonus round. There's a couple rune pages I go versus a couple certain champions that actually matter. So I'm going to give you very lane-specific rune pages versus popular champions. Bonus round, ding, ding, ding. Versus Malphite, all right? So you can go Fleet. That's a fine rune page. But versus Malphite, I like to go this rune page. Grass, Demolish, Conditioning Overgrowth, and I go MR right there, and then I go Absolute Focus, Gathering Storm. What this does, when I verse Malphite, I turn my brain off, and I just say, okay, every time I have a grass proc, I auto-Q him, and then I run away. And I don't fight him again, and then every time I have a grass proc, I auto-Q him. That's what works for my brain. That helps me versus Malphite. You could go Fleet, right? That's the page I recommend. But this is my verse Malphite only page. That I do this every single time, and then I win lane because I just only auto-Q him when I have my grasp up, and it is enough to win. Otherwise, this Q hurts. This is my Malphite only. Now I'm going to give you my Jax only page, which actually is our video today. We verse a Jax with this rune page. My Jax only page is right here. Instead of Alacrity, I go Tenacity. And then for the secondary, I go Bone Plating Unflinching. This is my Jax only page because Jax, what can you do when he jumps on you? He swirls his helicopter, he point and clicks you, you get stunned. There is no preventing that. 0 way of preventing that. So versus Jax, I take this rune page because I eat his stun and it gets reduced from unflinching and tenacity, and then I run him down with press attack. And you'll see in the game that we have, this worked really well. So Jax specific rune page, this also works with Fleet. I think it's totally fine. And this is my Jax only rune page. Again, unflinching tenacity reduces the E. Now we're going to go versus the movement speed abusers. This is my go-to. And versus Darius, where if you get hit by his hook, you die. Versus Irelia, where if you get hit by her stun, you die. You notice this page is my page versus every champion that I have to dodge or I die. So versus Olaf, where if you get hit by 1 Q, you die. Versus... That's all I can think of off the top of my head. Maybe chat has some ideas. Whatever lane that has that one thing you get hit by, you die, I take this rune page. This would be my rune page versus Mordekaiser. That's all I could think of off the top of my head. But yeah, so this is your rune page versus those champs that if you get hit by one thing, you die. Because you get movement speed versus fleet, and you get Nimbus Cloak celerity, and you can also go Swifties, which we'll go into in a second. Aatrox, another good lane. Okay, so this is my movement speed base lanes. So those are the specific rune pages for matchups I'm going to talk about. Now let's head over to builds, because obviously runes are only 1.5. So for builds, let's make it pretty simple. For top lane right now, literally the only mythics you can use are Liandry's and Rift. Everything else is crap, and this hasn't changed, right? Runes changed a lot, but this hasn't changed. Night Harvester is in the gutter for top lane because you have no mana to back it up, and you're only laning for your top laner. Ludens has been in the gutter since durability patch. Every item besides Liandry's and Rift are in the gutter, but these have seen play consistently through all ranks. I like to go Liandry's versus Omega tanks. I like to go Riftmaker when I want a 1v1, or when I want to split push, or when I'm versus not mega tanks. So an example of a Liandry's game, I think Liandry's rush is really good. So, also, sorry, one more rune page. Sorry, my bad. One more rune page. Versus Kled, you go cut down always, by the way. Versus Kled, you always go cut down because his passive makes cut down give infinite value. So versus Kled, I go cut down and I rush Liandry's. So I'm going to start with the least common build. Rushing Liandry's is actually good. I like to rush Liandry's versus Omega tanks when I go cut down. So a combo would be versus Kled, I rush Liandry's and have cut down. Versus Scion, I rush Liandry's, have cut down. And I feel like you kill them so much faster than Riftmaker. But also Liandry's is just good versus multiple tanks. Everything else is Riftmaker. It's a very easy thought process. Oh, they have a tank top laner and multiple tanks? Liandry's rush is insane. Oh, they don't have a tank top laner or multiple tanks? I go Riftmaker. Really not rocket science here, guys. Everything else is not as good. It's proven. It's facts. It's in the pudding. So another example. They have an Ornn top lane and a Sejuani jungle. That's a tank top laner and a tanky team. Boom. You rush Liandry's first item, you actually can kill them, right? No tanky top laner, it's never Liandry's. If you're versing a Kennen top and they have 4 Sejuanis, you still don't go Liandry's because it's not going to help you in your lane. So, Liandry's versus tanks, Riftmaker versus non-tanks. Here's where boots matter. If you're going pressy attack, you always go Berserkers. That's a no-brainer. If you're going a tanky setup, you can go defensive boots, but I don't recommend it. So I'm just showing you this is possible. I highly don't recommend it, though. And then when you're going a Liandry's build, you go Lucidity Boots. So these are realistically the two options for me. I go Berserker Greaves in every single game except when I go Liandry's. So with Liandry's, I go Lucidity Boots, and then we'll go for Liandry's Rush into Lucidity Boots. You have a nice spike, and then you go from there. And everything but Liandry's, I go Berserkers. Even if I go Fleet, I still like the attack speed, right? So, very simple on the boots. You can go defensive, I don't recommend. I always go Nashers, whether it's first or second. I think the item's really good. So, if I am... This is kind of where it gets tricky, right? It's pretty much, can you auto-attack or not? Can you push or not, right? So, if you're versing a Kennen, you're probably not going to go Nashers first. You can't auto him. If you're versing a Quinn, probably not going to go Nashers first. If you're versing a Scion, you probably do go Nashers first, unless you go Liandry's. If you're versing Ornn, same deal. But you're always going to go Nashers first or second. So, Nashers first or second, or your mythic item first or second. Berserkers repress the attack, and a lot of rune pages, Lucidity with Liandry's. That's the core build. Complicated, I know, but all good. So, for our starting items, we do have to address this, right? Starting items have gotten buffed, if you are unaware. Dark Seal, 15 AP, 50 health. Doran's Ring, 18 AP, 90 health. So what happened was they buffed both Darkseal and Doran's Ring, but they Omega buffed Doran's Ring and only slightly buffed Darkseal. So you should be starting Doran's Ring now. 18 AP, 90 health, 15 or 50. That's freaking massive. That's huge, right? That's a huge change. 15 AP, 50 health, 18 and 90. Darkseal you no longer start. Darkseal refillable is very popular. It's not as good anymore. Doran's Blade just no good on Teemo. So you start Doran's Ring now. Highly recommend. It's very important. Also helps with your last setting. So there's our core and starting builds. Now the situational items. I'm not a heckler for the rest of the build on Teemo. There's so many items that can be good. It really, I'm being honest, as long as you're building AP, it really doesn't matter what you build. I'm just being straight honest with you, okay? So, besides Void Staff and Death Cap. Void Staff and Death Cap are going to be built every game. It just depends on what order, right? But these should be built every single game. The situation items, you go as you please. Shadow Flame if they don't have any MR. Cosmic if you have Leandries. It's only good with Leandries. Don't do a Riftmaker. You go Zanyas if you need survivability. Lichbane if you're trying to end backdoor split push or just want more burst. Horizon Focus if you're playing a Shroom build. Demonic if you're a noob. And yeah, so Void and Death Cap are always going to be built. Just depends on the order. Depends on how many situational items you slide in or don't slide in. But again, not a heckler for these. Your core build is what matters the most. Every single game you should get 2 items. Not every game you're going to get 3 to 6. So don't really be too anal about your core. It's fine. Situational items, work with it, play with it, have some fun. Just make sure your core build is not trolling. And that is pretty much it for Teemo right now. October 17, 2023 on the current patch. You were saying, Manko, why not this item? Why not that item? Why not this item, that item? AD Teemo, tank Teemo. When you want to win, this is what you do. I look at League of Legends as 2 ways. Do you want to win? You build this, you take these room pages. Do you want to have fun? Do whatever you want, right? If you say, Manko, I like building rapid fire cannon, well, you should not be playing rank with Teemo. You should take that to normals. Normals are fun. Normals are great. If you're doing that at ranked, you're trolling, right? Manko, what about IPAV? Go look at IPAV's rank. Drop a comment down below what you find and tell me if it's viable or not. Easy as that. If you want to win, go this page. Look at my profile. Look at Young Fappy, aka Ty G's. Look at Alan at US. Look at Arthur Launches on Brazil. We have these things in common, right? It's always a variety of these items. Now, one player might go this item at this time or that item at this time, but we're all going these same exact items. All our profiles will have all these items, right? So this is what you go if you want to win, and that is the video. Now, again, I have a Jax game where I put a beating on him using one of the room pages we mentioned, so go enjoy that. Thanks for watching. An infestation of a lot of negative based, because negative gets attention, and attention runs social media, right? It's like not rocket science. But it also creates for a mostly negative environment, I reckon. Schubert, don't feel attacked. I said not in your case. I'm saying in general. Before we started the combo. That's a tanky lad. But we get his full HP bar for 1 ward. That's pretty worth. He can TP, but we're in a good spot.
I'll scout ahead.
Yeah, I'm down. Not gonna say no to this. It's gonna be a little tough though. Diving in Jax is hard. I'm gonna try and like. Okay, that's fine.
These first 2 games have sucked. I think it's primarily Manko's dog shit.
Yeah, that was pretty sloppy.
And spread the love less than 3 XOXO.
Pretty sloppy. I'm not gonna lie. Because I walked in melee range and hit the turret to bait his E. I don't think that even that doesn't even help me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think that even helps at all. I walked in turret range and autoed the turret to bait his E. Briar just had to wait like half a second, but obviously it's not easy to communicate. Well, that doesn't help me at all. That doesn't help me whatsoever. That hurts me. Hey, Mikey Mister, how you doing? Thanks for 11 months. Sup? He went cold, this greedy bastard. This fucker went cold. He just got dove, he went cold directly after. Like, what? He has nothing up. Super gankable. Eating minions for breakfast, lunch, and the dinner. Fine. The wave still holds, so it's actually fine. But Viego's headed top, I would think.
Yes, sir.
Pretty sure Viego is in the area doing his gromp. He should be headed top. That's fine. They're on a ward. How stupid do they look?
Yes, sir.
I was gonna keep baiting. I was gonna walk around like I didn't see them. Oh, how silly is that? When they're sitting on a ward, that looks so silly.
2, 3, 4.
I feel like, you know, when somebody looks dumb and you just sit there laughing at them, that's like what just happened. Do I stop his base or do I let him base? I should have just let him base. He's gonna kick my ass now. I'm not gonna be laughing in a second. I wonder if he hits level 6 before me. He's about to kick my ass. I shouldn't have been laughing. Sorry, Jax. My bad. Want to look for a fight? Ah, I was too late. I need to get his E and then put a shroom down next to him. So I'm gonna look for a fight when I have ignite here.
I'll scout ahead.
We want this. I walked back into it. My bad. He has no E for a second. I'm pretty sure I have to go now because Viego's gonna come. The 1-for-1 here is fine. The 1-for-1 here is so fine. Like, look at that fat fucking wave. See, he misses this fat fucking wave. He has no TP. It's really clutch, by the way, to get that 1-for-1. He missed this huge fucking wave, and like I had a Viego could have been next to me, right? I didn't know where Viego was. So it's actually really good we did that. That is CC for 40 minutes. 40-minute CC chain. Wow, huge. And we get cast in flash. It's actually so huge. Now, Jax didn't kill me because I don't have anything up. But I'm up half a level. He's about to hit level 6. I'm level 6.5, so it's kind of huge.
I'll scout ahead.
Got Viego flash. Kill Viego. Huge. I can't fight this guy. I have nothing up, remember? I have no ignite.
Reporting in.
I don't think I even want to take a poke. Like, I'm flirting with the idea. I don't think it's good to flirt. As a league player. Holding this wave is actually worth it, though. We hold the wave.
I'll scout ahead.
Then we just cherry pick it. Also, I think Fleet's dead. I mean, I think Press Attack's dead. I'd be so much better with Fleet here. I keep walking back into it, bro, like a freaking noob. I might die here. Oh, he's salty. Oh, that's toxic. I'm not gonna lie. That's toxic. I gotta give the equal 3 for that. Colon 3. That was fucked up, I'm not gonna lie. I feel kind of bad. That was pretty fucked up. No ignite either. Well, press the attack worked out there. I think Fleet's better still. Maybe not early levels. That's a pretty shit buy. That's a pretty shit buy.
Yes, sir.
Press the attack got nerfed. So it went from like 120. It went from 80 to 120 to just 80 flat. No, sorry. It went from 8. It's 80 flat. Sorry. It went from 80 to 120. It went from 12% bonus damage to 8%. Am I stupid? Okay, Viego's gonna come top, but I kind of want to just kill him quick. I think I can.
I'll scout ahead.
think this guy might be auto-filled. Vigo could kill me. I might have to flash away. Or maybe this build just cracked. Vigo's mid, okay. Maybe this build just cracked. The steel caps is producing a lot of damage, I would bet. I would reckon.
2, 3, 4.
Gonna go Riftmaker second. It's not a Leandre's game. Veo could be top. He wasn't forced to go back to base or anything.
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna go near that bush. I died way too many times to the bush ganks. He has no E? I'm gonna just run at him then? Get the press the attack off? Nope.
Armed and ready.
Feels like he's kind of conceding, which is probably smart. I'm just gonna hold this here. This is like top lane. This is how you actually play top lane. You freeze and you force Jax to do something. Because now, like, he has to come really far out when he's behind to push this wave out, or he has to roam. Like, this is how you actually top lane. Usually, I just spam shove the wave. This is how you actually do it. Look how far out he is, right? While he's behind. Just always has to be scared. That's fine. We see all this happening. I have my team next to me, so it's actually fine. Only reason we eat that hook is because we have our team next to us, and that's all started from the freeze. If the wave bounced back, I don't think Naut does all that. So it kind of shows you the threat of the freeze top lane is more important than actually doing anything with it. Yeah, Leandre's versus Riftmaker. You only really go Leandre's if they have Omega tanks. They have to have like Omega tanks.
Yes, sir.
If they don't have Omega tanks, Riftmaker feels better. Riftmaker's better for 1v1ing, and it's better for squishies. Or not even squishies, but people who don't build HP. So oftentimes Riftmaker is better. Like if I had to break it down, I would say Riftmaker 8 out of 10 games, Leandre's 2 out of 10.
Armed and ready.
But if you go Leandre's, it's fine. It's not like it's bad. They're both good. It's good versus good. Two good options. He has no E. I can just slash on him. Oh, he's done. He doesn't care anymore. Oh, he's just done. Yeah. I wish I would have known that. I would have denied the plate. He's done. And it's still winnable for their team. They have Viego. Kaisa just got 2 kills, 1,000 gold. I don't think it's a free game. I think we still have to try.
2, 3, 4.
Honestly, I should just stay in lane here. Oh, it's a ball game. Yeah, okay, so it's not even a free win anymore. It went from free win to now we actually gotta go for gold. I'm letting the minions to die there because I kind of want to stay in lane.
Reporting in.
Instead of taking the turret, I'm going to take Viego's camps because I want to stay in lane as well. Take the base and go back top. I'm not going to come for this Drake yet. If he takes my whole turret, it's not worth it, I'm not going to lie. But if he doesn't, it's fine. Okay, he doesn't even take the whole turret. That's huge then. They probably got to be careful fighting this. I don't even want to group for this. This is scuffed. I could group for this, but I don't want to. I'm just gonna keep backpinging. I'm gonna keep powering up here.
I'll scout ahead.
Jax TP. It's just full out. Now I can get this turret. I'm honestly giving that Drake is totally fine. Who gives a rat's ass about this Drake? I just have to not die. If I die, it's not fine. If I end up dying, that's really bad. We see 3, so we're not accounting for Cass and Jax. I can't stay here too long. Can we dive this? Can we kill this and dive this? The answer is yes, by the way. Yeah, we get the turret, that's fine. What about Herald? Yeah, our team's taking some crazy... This is a nuts fight. Nutso. This is fine, though. We're gaming. We kind of baited a pretty decent fight. I had to use my flash, though. Oh, shit. Okay, thank God that missed. Maybe I got a little too crazy there. Maybe I didn't have to use my flash. We get his jungle camps again, right? So it's a second round of Viego's jungle camps for free. And we get Herald. So that's pretty big. I'm gonna go one more wave. And we didn't get Gromp. I'm gonna try and get his Gromp then. This is greedy though. Omega greedy. This is Omega. Oh, we did get his Gromp. I knew that. We honestly want to stay isolated with Jax for as long as possible. I have my item. Huge, like huge base. Literally base my full item like a genius.
2, 3.
I want to stay so strong where I could 1v1 the Caston as well. I need to maintain side lane pressure the entire game. Wow, Smurfied, you got him for me? My man, my king. Thank you. That's a trick question. That's a trick question. I'm gonna say top. If Jax wants me, I eat my own cock. Oh, Caston's coming up here. I'm worried that Jax is sitting in that bush for no reason. Like, I'm terrified of the bushes. Okay, so Caston's also hanging out top. Just waiting for me. But he's not with the team, that's cool. So I need to actually group here.
Armed and ready.
I want to stay ahead on farm. I want to maintain side lane pressure. That's my biggest flaw. I give up side lane pressure too easy. I want to maintain it. We saw Cass here, but I think I can just walk in here like I own the place. We give turret. Is that actually fine? I mean, we know Viego's here. We know Cass is here. It's a little risky. We're all dead. Oh. Oh, we're all dead. I feel like we shouldn't be losing this. I feel like they have 5 top. They have 5 top. And like our mid laner is doing nothing and our Ezreal's pushing. Ezreal pushing is fine, but what's our mid lane doing? This is where League gets really fucking tilting, because it's like, dude, this game's not that hard. You either group or you push, right? Like, it's really not rocket science, group or push. What's our mid doing? Our mid's neither. Ezreal got mid turret, that's fine. So now Caston gets a shutdown. They get 15,000 kills. That's unfortunate. But, of course, we're still in a good spot, so we're not going to tilt. But it's very annoying. Like, really, it's not rocket science. You just got to be locked in. Wow, that's mortified. That is like, that's horrifying. Man, oh my god, that's so triggering. That play there. Jax has 2 items. Does he 1v1 me now? This is where it gets hard. I don't think he does, 'cause I still have Ignite. I'm not gonna use my stopwatch. It makes no sense. 3 top. Okay, I get a kill still. We're tilted. Alright, they got off Baron. That's huge. It's a little crazy of a fight here since they have hell numbers, but Ezreal's doing Ezreal things. Nope. Crazy, kind of a crazy fight. Our Zoe like wants to lose, so that's unfortunate. We kind of just have to go in here. Okay. Like we still lose the Baron, and Zoe only gets nothing. She didn't even get a kill. I mean, this game shouldn't even be close. This game should, like, if you're asking me, we're probably gonna lose. It shouldn't even be close. So, like, are Zoe just, like, I don't understand. How can you be, like, I don't know. I don't get it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This is a good practice. I want to practice 1v1ing and side laning. If our Zoe's diming, she's smurfing, right? Like, the rank doesn't matter in high elo because it's what MMR matters. Like, if she's diamond, it's actually a good thing because she's smurfing. If she's having a really shit game, maybe she's not locked in, I don't know. It could be whatever reason. It could be so many reasons why she's having a shit game. People have shit games all the time. This looks like a good fight. I'm on my way. Briar needs to hit this ult, I think. She hit it. I'm just gonna go for anybody I can. Briar is split, so Briar's probably gonna die. Maybe not. Oh, freaking Nautilus. Yeah, I mean, this is still not ideal. I don't think so. Pyke missed everything. Huge. Dude, our Zoe is single-handedly losing the game. I'm just gonna keep typing that. That's all I can type. There's really not much else to type.
2, 3, 4.
There's really not much else to type. Well, I mean, that's League of Legends is pretty much that, right? Like, there's always that one inter. Whoever is that inter is probably gonna lose the game to the team. It's like the weakest link angle. Like, their team, Jax is 5-9, but he's doing Jaxing. Kudos to him. Everybody else is playing well, but we have our Zoe just, like, not doing anything. Like, you'll see the damage charts at the end of the game. Our Zoe is probably doing less damage than Pyke. It's, like, kind of like what it comes down to. Our Briar is hitting fat ult, so we gotta keep grouping. If our Briar keeps hitting ults like that, it's not losable. We can keep going, though. This is fine. Perhaps. It's still fine. Let's just keep pushing. Let's try and end.
I'll scout ahead.
20 seconds. Can Jax actually do anything? Hell no, right? He's freaking 5-9. I'm gonna hit the turrets. Can we actually end? I think we should just end here. Thank the heavens. I just had to keep typing our Zoe really good. Yeah, the only reason that game went poorly is because the Zoe macro is complete piss. You can see it in the damage, right? 15k damage for a fed Zoe.